Hey, how's it going? I got a question here for Kennedy. It seems throughout your career, a lot of people have known you as a scorer, but tonight, getting the start, playing point guard with the ball in your hands, you had a few assists there. How comfortable are you in that role as being the playmaker and knowing, when you got to get your teammates involved, get them some easy shots there?
I would say it's a bit of an adjustment for me. I think the more games I play and the more I just talk to my coaches and my teammates, that gets me comfortable. I mean, I feel like, what can I say? How can I say it? This team is just so selfless. So anything that anyone does, we try to have each other's backs. And so with them just pushing me and encouraging me each night, especially tonight, that helped me, and that helped me get comfortable and get going and get my teammates going. Like tonight I had 8 assists. I was trying to go for 10. My goal is to really be an assist and a playmaker type of guard in this league. So for me to just get an opportunity, get to play with Nneka, get to play with Liz, get a feel for it, I'm happy we won, and it was a great game.
Thanks, David. We'll go to Michelle Vogel with ESPN.
Yeah, Nneka, this is for you. I know this has been such a tough season with all the road games, but this week in particular with the 4 games, in a week's time, 3 of them on the road. How important was it to come out tonight and get this win? And what does it say about sort of the resilience of this group, to be going through what it's gone through, a pretty tough, really tough schedule?
Yeah, it's important every night. Getting into an energetic start has kind of been something we've been working on getting through these past few games. Doing that on the road is tough too. So coming out with a bang was very important to us. It's something we talk about all the time. The schedule is the schedule. So the games aren't going to change. So we have to figure out a way. And I think today we figured out a way to start well. We now have to figure out how we can sustain, kind of taking over the game.
Thank you.
Thanks, Michelle. We'll go to Brianne Ingram.
Hi, this question is for Kennedy. Kennedy, you guys held, well, in the first meeting, the Lynx shot 52.9% from 3, and today they shot 23.5% from distance. So can you just talk about the key difference in your defense around the perimeter tonight?
I think it was all of us. We all guarded different guards in transition and just through the course of the game. They played well, though. They made some clutch buckets and some clutch shots. But I think our goal coming into this was just to stay within what we do. Like, we know we don't want them to go to the middle. We know we don't want any baseline drives. And I think we just went back to the drawing board. We watched film, and we could tell where all their shots were coming from. We just had to tighten up a little bit on McBride, and I think my guards did a good job of doing that tonight.
We'll go to Jackie Ray.
Just two quick questions. Kennedy, for you first. It looked like you were having some leg issues. How are you feeling? Are you in any pain?
No, I'm pretty fine. I feel good. Like, I can play another game right now. I'm ready to go. I love that.
All right, and then Nneka, really quickly for you. I'm sure you've seen some of the resurfacing headlines regarding Liz. And I know you two have great chemistry. Have you guys talked about that at all? About how to just get past that?
We got past it. So whatever agenda is happening with it resurfacing, that's other people's business. Quite frankly, we talked about it before she came to the team. And granted, people have their own accounts of what happened, but we addressed it and we talked about how important it is for us to be together, be transparent, and also empower giving people second chances. I think that she could probably have more to say to her side of the story, but as a team, we talked about it and we addressed it. And that's really what it is. I think that anything else is really not anyone else's business unless Liz comes out and says what she wants to say. That's kind of all I have to say about it.
And we have Liz's back.
Yeah, we do.
All right, are there any more hands for Nneka and Kennedy? All right, thank you. All right, thanks, media. We're going to go to questions for GM and head coach Derek Fisher. We'll start with David Yapowitz with the next.
Hey, Coach.
You know, early on in the game there, it seemed like you guys were outscoring them in terms of points in the paint and being able to get easy buckets down low. You know, was that something that, you know, was by design that you kind of wanted to stress a little bit, or was it, you know, a little bit kind of what you saw in terms of the defense, getting off to a good start?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, Kennedy's ability to get to the rim was good for us, you know, early in the game. But, you know, with NECA and Liz's ability to efficiently score the basketball, I mean, I don't think we're ever going to go away from that. We may not always be able to win the points in the paint battle, but, you know, we're not going to always be a team that's going to run up and down the court and shoot perimeter shots without those two being involved. So I think the balance there was good. They each only got 10 field goal attempts, but I feel like we at least made a concerted effort to make sure that they got touches throughout the course of the game. Sometimes we, you know, NECA gets lost and I have to figure out a way to do a better job of putting her in space and getting her on the move and not necessarily in the paint. But, you know, I think overall that's, you know, they're our two best players and they're going to make us go most nights. And then, you know, the job that Kennedy was able to do coming in Jordan's place tonight, it says a lot about who she is as a player and her ability to step up in this situation.
Michelle Vogel, ESPN.
Yeah, Coach Fisher, I think tonight was Kennedy's high in minutes played, and about 17 minutes more than she played the last time that you played the Lynx. What's been the key in terms of her getting those minutes, and you know, what did you overall think of her game tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think Kennedy, like, you know, she's been adjusting to a new team, a new situation, and a new role, trying to figure out, you know, where she fits in, and probably most importantly, what is it that I want from her? What is it that I, you know, expect from her when she's on the court? And you know, one of the positives that we tried to take out of this travel is, you know, being able to have some conversation at times with players without, you know, taking away too much of their personal time. And Kenny and I have gotten a chance to communicate a little bit more. And so she's just been doing a great job in the minutes that she's gotten, knowing that she wants more, but as she understands just how to manage not just her game, but her teammates and different situations, you know, she's going to continue to improve. Obviously tonight without Jordan out there were more minutes available. But, you know, Kennedy's the type of player that can play these type of minutes on a consistent basis. And I think the most important thing is that the team won, right? And that's really ultimately the most important stat on the sheet. And I know that's something that Kennedy's really happy about as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll go to Jackie Ray with Nightcast.
Hey, Coach. At one point, you guys were up by 17 in the first half, and then in that last 52, I think it was 52 seconds, it was tied, and you called that timeout. What was the conversation when you called that timeout? Was there a sense of urgency, or was there a solid game plan in place to make sure you guys walked away with the win tonight?
Yeah, I mean, at least we felt like, you know, we were in a situation where you're on the road against a good team in a hostile environment, and you're tied, and you have the opportunity with the ball last, you know, to go and score. So, you know, we felt good about the options that were available to us based on the way that they were defending. And then obviously with Sylvia Fowles being out of the game at that point, our advantage was on the interior. And so, you know, between having an option to hit NECA coming to the basketball or Liz on the backside, you know, those were the things we were going to look for. And, you know, we went a couple seconds early, but Kennedy's pass to NECA was fantastic. And NECA just kind of short armed the first attempt at finishing and then, you know, got her own board and put it back in. But, you know, basketball is a game that turns so quickly in terms of momentum. And with this game, you know, a combined 70 free throws being shot by both teams, 43 by the home team, that makes it hard, you know, to keep a lead because your opponent is scoring points with the clock stopped. So we you know, obviously we disagree with a lot of the calls. You can see that on the court, but we have to also just continue to hold ourselves accountable in terms of defending without fouling so that our opponents are not getting that many points from the free throw line.